All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, after beginning this NFL season with a record of 3-4, the Kansas City Chiefs have won their last three games. But is it safe to say that the defending AFC champions are back? Now, the Chiefs have won their last three, but they did it against teams that were dealing with their own respective issues is the best way to say it. I mean, the Giants, they've been inept on offense for the past several years. So honestly, if you can score 20 points against the Giants, you're good. The Packers, they did not have the services of quarterback Aaron Rodgers a couple of weeks ago, and even with that, they still had a chance to win the game. And then finally, the Vegas Raiders this past Sunday night, who have been dealing with a slew of off the field distractions. But nonetheless, you don't apologize for winning. And the Chiefs won each one of those games, and now they're back in first place in the AFC West. Now, Kansas City's going to have a big test on Sunday when they host the Dallas Cowboys because the Cowboys have an offense that is capable of putting some pressure on the Chiefs defense. And that'll let us know whether or not the Kansas City has figured that out on that side of the ball because Kansas City came into this season with a slew of defensive issues. Now, the Giants and Packers each made it tough on Kansas City defensively as they were able to put pressure on quarterback Patrick Mahomes. And that's something that the Cowboys are going to try to do as well. Yeah, the Chiefs have won their last three, and they have a great chance to win the AFC West. But will Kansas City be dangerous if they get into the postseason? I mean, you always have Patrick Mahomes and you always have Andy Reid. But nonetheless, Kansas City's really got to really step up this year as opposed to in years past when it was kind of like, you could basically pencil them in for making a run. Steve Spagnuolo in this defense, they have to keep getting creative, but they just don't have the talent on that side of the ball like they did a couple of years ago when they won it all. Now, Patrick Mahomes, he only has one interception in the last three games, and that's important because we saw him turning the ball over at a high rate earlier this season as he was trying to do too much. And I think Mahomes has been trying to compensate for the fact that Kansas City does not have a consistent running game. And that is something that is going to bite them in the rear end before this season's over. So I mean, you look at the schedule for Kansas City coming down the stretch here. They've got a couple of games with the Denver Broncos. They still have the rematch with the Chargers, and of course, the Chargers went to KC and beat them earlier this year. They have the rematch with the Raiders in a couple of weeks, as well as a home game against the Steelers the day after Christmas, and then a road game with the Cincinnati Bengals. So the AFC West might just be a one-team playoff scenario this year. So it might be, Kansas City really needs to win this division in order to get in. They're going to have to hunker down. Especially defensively, because the Broncos, believe it or not, can stretch the field with their wide receivers and quarterback. Then, like I said, the Raiders have their issues, and the Chargers can stretch the field, and that's something that's going to put some pressure on this KC defense. But with that said, they have to have some swagger back after they've won their last three, and let's see if they can ride that wave of momentum to do some bigger and better things. But like I said, it will be really telling come Sunday against the Cowboys to see how good the Chiefs really are. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.